Hello again, dear viewers, and welcome back to Twitter Bullshit, the series where we take a look at some interesting tweets on the wonderful platform of Twitter.com. Subscription service pending. You may have noticed that maybe my hair doesn't look as fucked up now, like I'm some sort of wolf. Well, I guess that discounts one little thing of me being a furry, and we'll figure out why I mentioned that in just a second. So today, rather than looking at a variety of tweets by interesting people like Zoophiles, or compiling all from one account of people like conspiracy theory, boomers, and such, we're going to be looking at one particular individual and his interesting antics on Twitter. Now, unfortunately, I cannot provide any sort of source to this person because their accounts have been deactivated by their own accord. So I'm just going to have to provide a YouTube link, YouTube page here, and the person we're talking about today is SR71 Beta, or Betatyson89. Now, if you don't know who this person is, I'll just give you a little bit of a little rundown here of one of the more popular tweets, you could say, and we'll give a little bit of clarification on who they are. Well, at least I'm done making friends with protesters who are in my commissions list. Thanks a lot, George. Thanks to you, I've lost clients. Fuck you, George. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Die in hell. Because of you, I'm ruined by protesters. Fuck you. You all. I hate you. If you don't know what that was referring to, this was referring to George Floyd, the man who was brutally murdered by a police officer unjustly back in May. So, this is going to be an interesting individual we're going to be looking at in their history of recorded stuff on Twitter. So let's have a little bit of fun here. There are a few tweets that came before, so I'm going to mention those in succession here. Hey everyone, block me. It's better than listening to all you lot protesting. The more you block me, the better. I'm in peace. Police lives matter. I matter also. How did this all started with me? Because all those fucking protesters in my country, that's why. The problem isn't here, it's in America, for fuck's sake. Well, this guy sounds like a very stable individual who is not dealing with an issue beyond what I can help with. This person totally sounds like a stable individual. Let's trail along through their tweets of them trying to justify some image damage control, you could say. Another popular tweet that I found, I'm going to kind of go over here. Most Bristol take so far. They're saying we should have gone through the proper channels to get him down. Well, we tried that for years and we were ignored. So now he's the proper channel. I don't know how to pronounce all that because I am a stinky American, so you're gonna have to bear with me there. Without the slaves, I'm sure that all blacks would be wiped out. Then none of these protesters would have existed. Thanks to you guys. What the fuck does this mean? No, seriously, are you attempting to say that black people would not exist without slavery? Please elaborate. Africa now is a dying country filled with natural diseases. If it wasn't for our slave traders, black Americans and British would not have existed. Their statues shows how the blacks evolved and became part of the community. What the fuck? Seriously, dude, what the fuck are you going on about? Are you having a mental breakdown? Are you okay? I have nothing I can say for this. It's just genuinely, wow, okay. Alright, cool. Lose my fucking mind over here. He's protecting himself because I seen what Americans do to harm people when they protest. Police lives matter the most. Why, without them, you're fucked, raped, murdered by your own kind. What the absolute fuck am I reading? I feel like half of these things I can't even give any sort of commentary on because they just kind of speak for themselves. I have not seen a single post so far that has shown this guy to be able to spell or use punctuation correctly, so this is gonna be interesting. I say that like it hasn't already been interesting so far. Another conservation to @SilverNay, the horse who thinks BLM isn't an excuse and my actions are my rights. I blocked him because he couldn't stand up to defend our country. Instead, he wanted to fall because of racism. Thing traitor. What the fuck, dude? Also, I'm pretty sure you don't really need to censor yourself if you've shown other times you've sworn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you've done that before. If the first post we showed was any indication. Also, I don't really understand self-censorship. If you're going to be talking about topics and your disapproval of people, who cares if you're swearing? Just go with it. What are you going about? What are you afraid of? The police? Well, in that case, you should be very, very afraid of the things you've already been saying. Police brutalizing black people who are resisting them is not a joke. If they obey, then things would have not escalated. You blacks always resist the law. You people don't get along. Your problem. How is this guy real? How is this guy real? You know, personally, I tend to keep a level head and try to talk things in this sort of way, but sometimes posts can just really give me a headache and just make me start acting in ways I probably shouldn't and probably should act a little bit calmer, you know. I think it's rubbing off on me, these posts. As it turns out, there's actually a little bit more to a history of things that happened actually back a year ago. Around the same time. It's like May and June and July, and those months bring out the worst in this guy. To @Rapids of Time, I'm asking you nicely to stop sharing our private chats with the world. As you continue, I will have no choice but to share a video of you. Send me that will go viral on Twitter. I know you better and you will hate to see you showing off your human side. Are you fucking blackmailing this dude? Good times, good friendship. I did what @Rapids of Time wanted and surprised in her art, and he loved it at first. Now, it's funny he hates it all because he wasn't being compliant, which caused me to anger him. Shame. And below it is art I'm probably not going to be able to show. I think this guy has two main issues, or maybe three. One is racism, two is not being able to spell correctly or have any sort of punctuation, and three is very, very, very persistent. And here apparently has something to do with him blackmailing and shaming someone. It's not looking good for you, dude. Well, yeah, he should have just laid off and should know when to take no for an answer. Still feels like whatever actions he's taking, including referring to you as autistic on his Twitter, is just him being spiteful. I am autistic, so as he has a learning problem worse than me. He's greedy and he's addicted to buy art and lying. He needs help, but I'm not sure what he's going to get when his mom and dad see this video. That's not your call to make, though. Retaliating in this fashion is basically harassment, and you can and likely will be reported for it. Just be the bigger person and walk away. I don't think he has the capability of it at this point. His big, massive ego and brain have made it to the point where he's basically immobile, and all he can do is start shitting on people, and it comes back to hit him very, very quickly. Just to let everyone know that Lily has autism, and he and I have a discussion. Lily sometimes gets upset, confused, or he doesn't understand no matter how I explain it, so what he's trying to do is share the world how I threatened him, which was called mind games. What the fuck did I just read? Is that actually English, or is that just... What the fuck did I read? Well, I feel that basically gives a bit of indication of what this kind of person is and all the stuff that we've heard from them so far, so I think we'll just leave it at this little post that I'm not even going to read because I don't really need to. But with that, I thank you once again for coming to another episode of Twitter Bullshit. And as always, I look forward to reading your comments. Please, before a subscription service on Twitter decides to make everything a living fucking nightmare. And until then, thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoy your stay at the 3 Side House.